and I'm sure that it is up and going right now.
All right, we'll call to order the Columbia City Park Board, August 26, 2024. We'll start.
Mark Ellis?
Kim Varga.
Roger Farrell.
Hiding down there on the end. All right, did everybody get a chance to review the July minutes? If there are no changes, need a motion to approve July minutes?
I make a motion we approve as submitted. Aye.
Meetings are approved.
Okay.
All right, Matt, here we go.
Some new business we need to look at. The making sure the mic's on. Is the new pickleball courts that are coming up. I put in it here tonight some samples of some signs. This is Cherubusco's rules that they have. We got a picture of the Winona Lake. The next two are not from around here. Actually, the next three are not from around. They give you a good idea of maybe how simple or if we go very descriptive. And then the very last one is our actual we have down on our current pickleball courts. So it's something that I would like for us to okay something tonight so I can get the signs made because the new courts are, I understand, first part of September they're going to be able to be started to be played on. So.
Really? We're putting Stain.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yes, there's some. Some of them can be hung on the fence so people can put their paddles in. Some of them are stationary on the ground. I could see where that cause a problem. Somebody might run into them. I know that we made one for the court down here, and it hangs off the fence. We'll have to get so that you can know who's next in line, especially with the amount of activity we will foresee having on both courts.
It's a good problem to have, for sure.
Absolutely.
We want to do it, sure.
Absolutely.
The Hampstead, that's how you pronounce it. Pickleball courts rules. Actually, that's pretty straightforward.
Okay, where do
Next to last.
Okay, so it's the one,
This one.
this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Hampstead.
Yeah, the Hampstead.
It's about seed the court after your game's over.
Well, and if you notice too, some of them actually give pickleball etiquette as well as the rules.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see on this one.
I think if you kind of mix what you already have there,
Uh-huh.
what we already have here,
Sure.
plus a possible Hampstead, whatever.
I do think it would be a good thing if we put, where's it at? If you want to reserve the courts, you'll need to,
Yes.
you need to call the park office. It's in this one right here.
I agree.
So so kind of like merging that.
Kind of like you said, with baseball, softball, you gotta reserve the field
Right.
if you want to guarantee your spot.
Well, and you know, most of the time if it's going to be reserved, then, you know, with baseball, softball, if somebody comes in and wants to reserve fields, it's at a cost.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they would end up be doing is they would be doing that cost.
Mhm.
Then you'd say, okay, well, does that mean they get all? Does it get one? Because it's not like baseball in the fact that you have just one field. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but we have what, 5 total pickleball courts?
No, we'll have 7.
7.
Yeah. So that might mean too that we have to label them
Mm-hmm.
so that people know. I don't know. I'm throwing stuff out there that
No, that makes sense.
devil's advocate type stuff.
Yeah, because it's, yeah. But numbering them 1 through 7, and Mark has got court 1 reserved from 3 to 5.
hmm Well, that's the other thing. Do you reserve it for 1 hour, 2 hours?
Exactly. How much do you want that?
Well, that's the other thing. And an hour could be 25, and then 2 hours could be 50. I mean, I don't know. I mean, no matter what you do, somebody's might have a take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
So
Yeah, it's pretty good. 100% right there.
So I was looking at all of these, and the Winona Lake one has the open play and first come, first serve uh, time slots.
Okay.
And the open play one looks like it's for, like, if you were doing games and maybe leagues or something like that.
Okay.
And the first come, first serve is just come in and play. You have 1 hour time slot, and then after an hour, you need to either go back in line or whatever, and turn it over to someone else. So it looks like there's, for the first come, first serve, that would be like if you want to come in and just practice, and not really play a game, right? You just want to go in there and just and get some practice time in. Where the other time, the open play, would be for games, and all of the others talk about games. They don't talk about any free time because they have like score of 11 points and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's no free time to have just come in and just play without keeping score. I feel like some people that just want to come in and like you just volley back to the tennis court, right? And just do it with a pickleball. I think that would be something that we need to consider doing, so we have both of those, right? Whether it's
Yeah.
I mean, this one I don't like the times that they have, but I mean we can work on that.
Yeah, the one thing that I will say about this is the open play. It's more so that if all the courts are full. Trying to read this real quick. It's really, I don't know how to say it. It's different, but yet it's the same, because the bottom first come first serve is what we do. That's
Right.
what all of our courts
Right.
are.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, if you notice the timing, so the morning is the open play, the afternoon into the evening is the first come, first served.
Right.
Right. And that's when a lot of people are there. In the morning, there's not so many people. See, you gotta remember, Winona Lake is a college area.
Right.
So it's making time for the open play, which would be people that, play before they go to work, or, something of that nature.
Yeah, I think having 2 open plays a day and 2 first come first serves would suit us better. Where you have, the open play here is 7 to 12, and then there is no more open play, and then
Well-
it's from 12 until dark for first come first serve. Well, if you have I don't know how if there's leagues or anything like that, but if they have an evening league, well, then what do you do?
Yeah.
You
Easy,
know.
easy. Let's not get into leagues yet.
Well, I know, right, I know.
We have leagues.
What-
But
Yeah,
as the
let's-
sport becomes more and more popular.
Sure.
You know,
Sure. Well, and when it'd be the whole court. It wouldn't be just like, 1 and 2 are open and 3 and 4 are first come first serve. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Yeah, like these right here by the pool might be
These-
the open ones, first come first serve, and the new ones that we have back there might be for actually want to play games and keep score.
Saying.
Right.
I see what.
Accommodate both. That just want to come in and just volley back and forth, and I understand. in a spirit of equalizing playtime. Thank you for sharing. And so, we're making.
Circled was
Did
to
you?
make sure that
Yeah.
that gets put on.
Yeah. You know as well as everybody else knows, is that the no one to play. Because everyone wants to play on the news. I mean, I don't know, the simpler bit, probably the better off. So if we just say from 7 to 12 is open play for all courts. First come, first serve.
That seems pretty straightforward.
I mean,
Yeah, we can always change it too later.
yeah, we can change it. Yeah,
Talk to them and ask them how this works, or how it,
I did not talk to them.
no.
No, I did not.
You gotta start somewhere.
Right.
Starting with that, see what the issues arise and we can address.
Yeah,
We
okay.
have to-
I mean, I understand, there's only so many courts.
So what I'll do then, if it's all right with you guys, I will try to find something that's like the Winona, but you put in the
Yeah.
statement of this one, and then there was something else you guys wanted me to make sure that was in there. Is that the equal playing time, or,
Yeah, the last sentence there in open play on the Winona one.
okay? Yeah,
Just work it out,
Yeah,
I did note, so go ahead.
And the thing of it is, it's a shame we have to go to this, because right up here, first come, first serve, end of discussion.
yes.
But we're going through this.
Right.
Yeah, and I can see the people that, well, I was here first, I'm gonna be here for 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got, a bunch of other people coming.
Yeah.
I did notice on the very next page, I don't know what part this was,
'Kay.
but on the player rotation when courts are fully occupied section,
Mm-hmm.
it says court 6, I think it's the third bullet point. Court
Mhm.
6 is designated challenge court, which is for competitive play. We could even do that. We could have, hey, these courts over here are for actual games. These are not. We could do that as well, right?
That's,
I mean, it's kind of, the ball fields over there, we kind of make 5 and 6 the practice when there's tournaments going
Okay.
on, right? And they can
Yeah.
go open play there.
Right. Right.
Kind of what I was.
with the courts at the Y that I found was, south end, those people who were better, or,
Sure.
and then the others were for people that just was hitting the ball around, if you win, you win, if you lose, you lose,
Yeah.
and you go off the court. So the competition is much more, and there were, so they was kind of split up, and no one ever said anything, it's how they split up.
So they worked it out.
Worked it out amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I mean, you guys remember picking games, and if you didn't like what was going on, you just took the kid out, and you had a little scruff alongside and that. I mean, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
So,
It does.
No matter what we put up there, there's gonna be
Yeah.
something.
so if it's okay with you guys, then I will put these ideas that you guys have given me into a sign, and then for the time being, because the courts will be going to be done before our next park board meeting. Let's see. It's almost like, well, let's just go this way then. You guys like Winona Lakes? This one, correct?
Yes.
With the sentence added from here to contact the park with the, if you want to get reserve room.
Yep.
And so that's what I'll do, is I'll put, do you want to try to do all the times, or do you want to cut that out and just have the open play and first come, first serve?
I think you cut the times out, because if you set a time, 12:01, hey, doesn't
Well,
matter your games.
Right, and what happens if they get there at 11:37?
Yeah.
Oh, it's 12:01.
Yeah, I think you cut the.
So then someone's got to be the time police.
Yeah.
We don't want to do that.
Well, and that's the other thing we want to be careful of. want to make it another thing we have to, there's nobody that's going to be able to
Monitor.
monitor this stuff. So the stairs up there with the times, because do you want me to take well, no, I have to keep the open play in there. So it's already stated in the open play and first come, first serve with the
Right.
times. I don't think we need that. And see, and they have it all day on Saturday and Sunday that it's first come, first serve. Do we want to do something like that?
I think your weekends are just exactly that, first
Yep.
come, first
You have
served.
to.
Well, see, and it actually states that in the writing down there at the bottom. So that's just being redundant, I think, at the top.
Right.
So,
I think
It'd be great to do the 1 hour time limit. Please limit, maybe put the phrase on there stating, please, if others are here, please respect the others are here. Please limit your time to an hour if possible. So
Right.
others can also enjoy. And if you and Roger are here and then Keith and I are here and you're playing and you get done and then we play and then you can wait and then we get done, you can play.
yeah.
What
Hard to
happens
share.
if they're already there for an hour and then somebody shows up? Like, does their hour start then?
That-
It's an honor system thing.
Right.
Honor system.
Yeah.
They gotta work that out.
Yeah, that's the very, last line right there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have
That's the
come
hard
up with
part.
so many rules that it's,
Yeah, you rule it to death.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
You really could.
So if I just take this then and add that one sentence in, you guys are good with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so, motion and get that so I can,
Need a motion for Matt to, purchase new pickleball rule, time rule, banners, signs,
it'll be signs. Yeah.
signs. Okay, somebody needs to make that motion.
I mean, Matt make the signs and combine these.
And combine this too.
Yes.
Got it.
I second.
Okay,
All in favor?
Bye.
Aye.
okay. Great. Okay, so I will get started on those very quickly so we can have them for the opening down there. Something I'm gonna bring up, and this will be more of something that that I would think anyways, you guys tell me, about the metal detecting in the park. We had an incident, so I give you a little backstory. Mark was against it. Then when I was put in place last year, I said, okay, I'll give you a chance. And then this year we go out to set the football field for JFL for the Y, and it was something that there's been stakes in the ground, so all we have to do is pull a string, and something that would take us 4 hours to lay out one field now only took us an hour, because all we got to do is connect the dots and do it. Well, while trying to find those stakes, they were missing.
Okay, hold on now.
And we've seen them on the Greenway. So I told my staff that if you see anybody doing it, please have them stop. That prompted a call from the metal detecting president of the club that said, asked why. I told them why. They're very understanding about it. They said, well, is there anything that can be done? Like, I guess Fort Wayne Parks gives them a letter on a that says they're okay to do it. They went through this class, and I, let the person know that, people come in and they'll see that and they don't understand why they can't do it. So he's doing it, why can't I? And so that's just something to think about. And I mean, if you guys already thought about it and you want to vote on it tonight, that's fine. Or you can take some time and we'll revisit it. Because they do it out at the 4-H grounds.
What are they looking for? Just Little treasures of just
They,
whatever.
they call it hunting.
Mhm.
And for instance, there was a gentleman that did it behind the old bleachers over here at Eagle Park. And I would say in an area as big as this house, he found $40 in coins.
Oh.
So they go out and they're looking for coins and rings and any kind of buried
Sure.
treasure,
Sure.
you know, see what they can find.
Just like the beachcombers.
Exactly, exactly.
Can you tell when one of these people are through? I mean, are they filling their holes back in? Are they stomping it down? Does it look like groundhogs are chewing up the?
No, actually, the only problem we've ran into with this is that stuff that we've tried to put out that makes our job easier they've not respected that. As far as the ground goes, I have not seen that. The other thing is that when they do dig, they cut that, and even though they flip it over and then they flip it back, now that's a brown patch. So we have dealt with that. We have seen
I
that.
thought at one point, didn't we have problems with them in the outfield? And they just leave the hole, and which was, you know, if someone's going after a,
Sprain your ankle.
yeah.
No, I think that was one of Matt's little furby friends out there.
There's a lot of moles out there, so. But I mean, I will say that I just, they weren't respecting what we put in the ground.
Did they know it was there? I mean, were they told that, hey, we have stakes out here? Or did they just go,
When
"Hey,
you
what
pull
are
a
these
re-rod
stakes?"
out of the ground like this with a metal washer on top,
Oh, you might think to ask.
that's probably in there for a reason.
Yeah.
And then when you go 15 feet away and you find another one,
Yeah.
and 15 feet and you find another one, it's got to be there for some reason.
I was to say it was them, but if they're not gonna respect the ground, then
Yeah, they don't leave holes. I will say that. I've never found them that leaves a hole, but so that's a pastime. That's a hobby, and
That's
I
a
told
tough
the
one.
person that I would bring it up to you guys and let you. I'd bring it up this meeting, and then the next one, I would, you know, see where we need to go. I mean, if it comes down, I don't even know what we need to do besides put up signs that say no metal detecting. I don't know if there's already an ordinance for that. Yeah, I'd have to check.
But then again, there we are going back to policing.
Yeah. hmm
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't know. I mean, there could be some metal detecting in the woods, but we have the trails out there too, just so they don't want digging holes and that stuff. But if they're respectful in filling them back in, I don't see an issue with that. But
it'd be the open ground part,
yeah, that's
the fields,
hmm
the old JFL,
hmm
where the T-ball's at now, the
Yeah.
soccer field. Those are all open fields. To me, that should be off limits.
yeah.
Well, and that's
I
the
agree.
places that they want to go because
Right. Well, that's where
because
people
it's
drop
probably been filled in or people have dropped things behind
Sure.
the bleachers or
Sure.
yeah. So
I get it.
That's
what I say. That's a hard thing
yeah.
to do.
It's like when you go deer hunting, you don't want to sit in the middle of the field. You want to
yeah.
you want to be where you're
Right.
camouflaged
Right.
because you're going to get the best results.
Sure. Sure.
So thought I would bring it to your attention. And as of right now, anyone that's a member of the Fort Wayne Metal Detecting Club, they have been told that the parks are off limits until there's a decision made.
Mhm.
So,
Oh,
So-
so you got them driving in from Fort Wayne.
yes, sir. And there's also, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I know that was weird. Yes, they are. They also have some members here in town.
Okay. So
So-
there is a group here in Columbia City.
Correct. Yes, there's a group that goes in and is part of the club.
So how can you tell if these people are like? What if I went and bought a metal detector? I'm not part of the club.
Right.
How would
That's
you know?
that's well, we would
'Cause
have
I saw
to
him
stop
doing
them.
it. You know.
We would have to stop them if we see them and ask for their paper. And
Oh, so they have like a little
Oh, that's a
identification.
good idea.
so that's what Fort Wayne Parks do.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Um,
Yeah.
and
Then
then,
you can discuss with them what the rules are if they're come in and filled out an application, like,
then what's the backside of that is how do I,
Police it.
well, police it, and how do I tell them? Do I say they have to be a part of the Fort Wayne Metal Detecting Club?
Exactly.
well, I
Right.
don't think that's fair to limit.
Well, they're gonna
Because it's
ask how
our
they can do
park.
it.
Right.
It's our part, so
Mhm.
Right.
I don't think it's fair to limit, or to let one group do it and no one else.
Right.
I
I
agree.
agree.
I agree. I agree.
So, but if maybe people come in and fill out an application and just say, I want to do this, and just tell them our rules, you can't touch this, or, and then,
Well, they can,
are they under camera? No.
Because it's mostly, like Keith was saying, it's mostly open fields,
Mhm.
and we don't put cameras on that stuff normally.
Mhm.
so I like Keith's idea, any playing surface area. Well, why do they need to go metal detect out on the ball field?
Yeah, 'cause they're just kids.
They're not gonna be running around with a bunch of money in their pocket when they're playing a baseball game. In the same way with the JFL and the soccer. I mean, yeah, sure, there might be a quarter here and there, but it's mostly where the fans and spectators are, right?
Yeah, like the
So-
4th of July type of thing.
Yeah, and I get that. There could be an open one after the 4th of July. Say, hey, for this next week around here, you can do this. But that's a tough one because you have the stakes in the ground. But don't dig them up.
Yeah,
A
and
lot of those metal detectors, I think, are pretty advanced now. They can tell kind of maybe what it is, but
If you're-
that's where they're large.
if you're able to afford the
Right.
right ones.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
When we built the mountain bike trail out here in the woods, one of my coworkers, this was several years ago, 20 years ago, he was a metal detecting guy. And so we were out there in I guess it's the Wolf Woods property,
Mm-hmm.
and there was some debris, glass, and things out there. And I said, hey, Vaughn, can you bring your metal detector and let's see what's here? And we found some little pieces of metal, like a gas cap and stuff like that. And it was all in these rocks and stuff. And it was just a bunch of, just like it was a dump area. And so we filled it all over so there wouldn't be shards of glass, people would fall and things like that. So we all filled it all in. But he didn't say anything about doing anything else in the park.
Mm-hmm.
He just kind of just assumed it kind of off limits.
Yeah.
Walking around the park
Yeah.
doing that.
And that's the other thing too, is that, I didn't really want to bring attention to it, because then you have a whole lot of just novice
Mhm.
Yeah.
that, who knows where it goes from there.
Right.
I see a guy walking down, what, the 3? Yeah, in between the parking lot and the outfield fence of 3, just with this metal detector and his little scoop, just as the tournament's going on and everything.
Really? During it?
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
He's all by himself. He's just out there just swinging.
With his headphones on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, listening?
Yeah, see if he can pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so that's what's coming up. You guys can think about that and maybe see if we do, how it can be, policed or however you want to go about that.
So how do they do it at the Fort Wayne Park? So are they allowed to go anywhere in the park? And
Yeah, but they have to have the sheet of paper knowing that
yeah.
that they've contacted. I guess it would be something similar. Well, maybe not, but something similar to if you wanted to have a tournament down here at pickleball, or you wanted to put a sign up that said you're going to do something. We would prefer you to contact us so that we know what's going on. If you don't, then we rip the sign down.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like Fort Wayne saying, okay, if you want to do this, then here's what you need to do, and here's your paper. And then if anyone can't provide that,
Yeah.
when one of their many workers, sees them, then they say you need to leave.
Yeah.
So
I'm guessing in Fort Wayne, most of their playing fields are
Mhm.
designated as a playing field, like a soccer field, things like that. We don't typically have that luxury with the
It's-
JFL at this
it's
point, right?
it's
So
multi-purpose.
it's a multi-purpose. It's
Yep.
a gathering space for 4th of July. It's a
Mhm.
JFL.
Mhm.
It's a T-ball. It's all that, right?
Yeah.
So that makes it a little bit more difficult, but I understand on our seven ball fields,
Mhm.
that could be off limits to them, but around the outside of the fence might not be such a bad thing. I hate to discourage it and say no, but at the same time, we don't want
out there.
big issues.
Well, and see, and that's what's gonna
Eagle
happen
Park, right.
is they're gonna start in Eagle Park, and, you know, they're gonna have that amphitheater. You're gonna have real nice, hopefully grass
Mhm.
that looks nice, and, you know, and things like that.
Last thing you want is little brown patches of
Well,
grass.
could rules in areas, you know, if it's something, an area like that.